everybody, welcome to another Money Reviews. Today we're reviewing a holster. This is a Airsoft specific holster in my opinion. Some people would say, Muddy, you're wrong. I hear the tapping already on the keys. Muddy, you're wrong. I use that at the range all the time and it's fantastic and it's never failed me. Good for you. I will tell you now, and I'm not saying this is a gear whore, that holster is going to break eventually. For my casual Airsoft guys, yeah, you're probably going to be just fine with this. For anybody else, boo on you. Go get a real holster, be an adult. So, with my pretentiousness out of the way, let's talk about this holster. So this is supposedly a universal holster. It says so on the box, universal holster. You have many options, apparently. Standard, standard L, subcompact, compact, long, wide standard, black, OD, tan, gray, multicam, black. This is a long, according to this box. It's that same nondescript style boxing. You're starting to see a lot of your products coming in from multiple different companies. But I digress. The build quality is it's plastic. It has a look and similarity to a Safari Land, but it's got kind of a Blatex style belt piece back here. That is a pressure fit. Pops open. It does have Safari Land screw patterns, I'm pretty sure. We're going to look into that later. But that's it. That's the gist. I have a bunch of demonetization tools next to me I'm going to try out. Now, I will let you know, we've had issues with this. Last night we were messing with these. It was supposed to work for these Glock 19s. I guess, full disclosure, this was given to me to review. A buddy of mine has a little airsoft shop that he's opening over at D14, and he's going to be selling these. I was checking them out. I was like, yeah, they don't look too bad. A couple of the Glock 19s from Elite Force that he bought, we tried them, they didn't fit. The 1911s, they didn't fit. Nothing was fitting, so I said, it says long, maybe it's for what are these other demonetization tools like this Glock 17 airsoft gun. Tried that when I got to the house, didn't fit. Kept messing with it, but a 320 fit. I was like, oh, okay, it's 320 fits with an optic cut. That's kind of cool, not going to lie. So that's cool. Oh, the Glock 17 does fit. A little wobbly, but it fits. 226, that fits. 5.7, kind of fits, really wobbly, wouldn't trust it. Union Fire Company Glock 17, more of a true spec size. Oh, that fits too, still a little wobbly. And then 320X carry, that also fits, awesome. Everything fits, until it doesn't. So what I mean by that is, this thing has an issue, and I think it's so far with, he has 2 or 3 of these he's selling, and I'm pretty sure all of them are going to be doing it. So we're going to talk about that issue right out. I'm going to let you guys know. Am I saying that means this is a bad quality product? No. What I'm saying is there's a reliability standard you're going to have. It's good right now, right? That's 3, indexes, re-indexes. But maybe after 10, it's suddenly going to stop, and you're just going to be like, clunk, 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 clunk. It's not going to go any further. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to do you guys a solid. So, me being the big brain, I ripped this thing apart, which is interesting because I am not a big brain. I am not mechanically inclined. I don't understand mechanical things, and I just tend to throw them across the room when they don't work because I'm kind of a Neanderthal. That's an insult to Neanderthals. Neanderthals are actually quite smart. Did you know they think Neanderthals actually buried their dead with like trinkets and stuff? And it had ceremonies and maybe even song? Fantastic. Fascinating. So, you learned something new. Science. This is the mechanism that's inside this holster. And what I've surmised is going on. So you see right now, this is nice and locked back, right? You see that? Everybody see that? Okay. Everybody in the back of the classroom, you can see that? Good. When the toy goes in, the trigger guard hits that, and it locks it in. You can kind of see that right there. Right there. That piece is over your trigger guard. It is holding it. And then when you want to get it out, you lift that lever up, and it releases it. It's starting to do it already. So this should fall back to roughly about that position. When we got these out of the box last night, all of the mechanisms were sitting like that. In that position. And when you have them in that position, that happens. It will not go down into the holster. It's like trying to insert tab B into tab B. You need slot A and then tab B to go into slot A. Or trying to slam two slot A's together. Figure that one out. If you know, you know. So anyway, and then, yeah, now you can see the mechanism is kind of jammed up. It's not willing to move. It's not doing its thing. So I have to kind of push up on that. Now I got it to move. It's good to go. So that is a problem you're going to see with this holster if you buy it. Now, mind you, I don't really know 100% if this is a clone of something. I have a suspicion that it is because most of these things are. There's very little innovation coming out of China. It's mostly just what can we copy? What did we see at SHOT Show this year? And what can we copy? With that being said, this just does what it does. So it's not hard to put back in. You've got a tensioner here, this little tension gigantic grub. It didn't seem to do shit. I don't know what it's there for, but hey, I'm sure on the real one that they copied, that does something. But once you get that, you kind of push it back in place. And now I'm not saying you're going to have to unscrew your holster to do this every time. I don't think you will, but I just found it was easier to rip the whole thing apart, look at the mechanism, and go, think those thinking thoughts and figure it out. It's really not hard to put back together. As you can see, I'm just kind of throwing it back together throwing it back pretty quick. All my Gen Xers are like, throw it back. What does that mean? All my Gen Z and Alphas are like twerking right now. So anyway, there you go. That's the holster together. And it's working again. It's still good to go. So with that being said, all in all grand scheme of things, is this good? Yeah, for Airsoft, sure. But that kind of problem, that kind of issue, that would suck so bad if you were using this for like competition shooting or I don't know, some 3-gun or whatever. So yeah, don't do that. Just use this for BB wars. Now, if there is a real world counterpart to this that I am not aware of, let me know in the comments section. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to step out into the surface of the sun that is Texas, and my assistant is going to show you this. I am going to test out and see if this will work with a Safariland QLS fork. I have a suspicion it will. We'll find out. If it's on a QLS fork in the next chapter of this video, you'll know. And if it's not, you'll also know. Anyway, let's go outside. Let's let him demonstrate this for you. We're outside away from the table now. We got the holster on my assistant's belt here since he's a righty. Please ignore the plane in the background. Anyway, take it away, dude.
Honestly, immediate thoughts. This is not bad at all. It retains the pistol when you need it to, and the lever here to release it. It's so simple. I'm not even thinking about it when I draw. It's in the perfect spot, right where my middle finger sits on the pistol, that all I'm thinking about is literally just draw the gun, and I'm squeezing to draw to get a grip.
Okay.
There's no extra bail or anything on the top that just gets in the way, or I have to look down and really think about it. I'm just draw the pistol and I draw it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So the only thing we have to look forward to in the near future is going to be how well it holds up to abuse, because
Speaking of,
it doesn't feel like the really robust Kydex that you would get from a Safariland. And also, just so you guys can see, we'll talk about this in a minute at the table, I had taken it off the belt clip that it came with that you saw at the beginning of this video, and it is on a Safariland QLS fork. So it is a Safariland screw pattern, as I surmised at the beginning of the video, so I was able to actually confirm that. Now, I will say right out the gate, guys, well, not out the gate, but we have not run around and tested the living shit out of this thing yet. This is just kind of like we've messed with it about a day and a half, and it's not bad. I have my reservations of it holding up to really, really aggressive use. Like I said, it's not Kydex like a Safariland. It's more of a plastic. I think it's going to be fine for airsofting, but I don't expect it to be robust enough to use it for duty or take it on deployment or anything like that. It's most definitely just something for the BB wars and for the kids. All right, let's go back to the table and finish this. All right, guys, we're back at the table. Holster still in this configuration from the outside. When my assistant was messing with it, still have the real QLS fork from Sfireland on there. Oh, like last final thoughts. This is not a holster you're going to go to the flat range with, or deploy with, or on duty. If you were going to buy this because you think you can use it for BB wars and real, please save your money. Get a real holster. Some of you are already probably. I can feel the clicking of the keys already. Yes, 100%. Sfirelands can break. Blackhawk holsters can break. Blade Techs can break. I've broken them. I've done it during training when I was on active duty. I completely sheared a Serpa from its mounts, just ripped the whole thing apart doing combatives. But it's a lot harder to break than something like this. This holster, I think it would be okay for casual airsofting and the casual airsofter, and I think it would have some legs and you would get your money's worth out of it. Anything outside of that, I think you would break it. Had a pretty good wide variety of guns that I have in my collection that fit in it. As I said at the beginning of the video, it was kind of finicky and kind of weird, and it took some doing. So be prepared to have to mess with it and play around with it and kind of maybe even take it apart, like I said, just to make it work. You don't have to do that with a more reputable holster. So that is something to think about. But with all that negatives being said, price is not terrible. If you are a young fella like my assistant and you are a righty, and you're not looking for something that you can go to war with, this might not be a bad idea. I got to thank the guys at Kinetic Impact Airsoft for letting me review this. They actually have a satellite store opening up at D14. It's called the Bunker. Yeah, I think it's called the Bunker, something like that. I don't think the name's fully settled. But regardless, they let me take this home and review it. They will be selling these, so if you are local to the DFW area and you play at D14 and you're looking for a holster, check it out. You might like it. It might work for you. Outside of that, that's all I got, guys. As always, get out there, play some airsoft, be a bunch of nerds, LARP smarter, not harder, and I'll see you on the field. Peace.